Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Frankie with Frankie and Finance, and today is going to be my first, my first video. Um, so yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of Battlefield 1 and just kind of talk about who I am and how I got where I'm at, and the journey, the journey to get here. So yeah, I'm from New York, upstate New York. Um, got a brother, two parents. Um, Went to a really small high school, did really, really poorly in high school. I graduated with a 1.6 GPA. Um, yeah, yeah, scraped along, that's for sure. Um, right out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps. So I got out of the military, I got out of high school, went straight to the military. Chose the Marine Corps. I had some family that was in the military, and the Marines always seemed cool, so that's what I did. Um, Before that, I had two jobs, and really I had worked for a long, long time. My dad has a landscaping business, right? So um, ever since like as young as I can remember, I would be out there landscaping with him and stuff. Probably like 4 years old, I can remember sitting on top of a lawnmower on his lap or whatever, just zooming around mowing lawns and stuff. And then when I was a little older, he got me like a electronic weed whacker and whatnot. So, chopping grass. But yeah, so did that for a while. Um, Really got, tedious and boring. This is a crazy clip I'm about to hit, by the way. Um, Got pretty tedious for me. So yeah, I just decided joining the military would be cool. Um, Went for that. I also had a job at a restaurant, which was awesome. When I was 14, I worked at this restaurant, and it was like high-end Italian, probably the most high-end restaurant around. And at 14, I'm 22 now, by the way. So um, at 14, yeah, dude, I was making bank. It was like $400 some nights, and it was like I'd work one night and I could go home and buy like the Xbox One or whatever. It was, hot at the time. So that was cool. And then a little bit older, I picked up a job at a tubing park. Did that for a while. Um, and yeah, that was all pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So yeah, I joined the military. Did that for 4 years as aviation mechanics. Um, as a martial arts instructor also, through the McMap program. So that was pretty cool. We just got out um, last April, and I took a program to get into the semiconductor industry. And so basically, what the semiconductor industry is, they make like computer chips. Um, and they make, I mean, it's all sorts. It's for actual computers, your phones, EV cars, airplanes, everything. So, yeah, so I got in the semiconductor industry because of a friend from high school who joined the army. He was a little bit older than me. So he told me about it. He told me he was making 32 an hour off the rip. I was like, absolutely. You know what I mean? In the military, you get paid like 30K a year is awful. So, yeah, started ripping in the semiconductor industry. It was cool. As technician, just fixing robots or whatever that do the manufacturing process. Not the most fun job, but it pays well. And I'm on night shift, which is cool. So all the goons hang out on night shift, and my job's sweet. My boss is really cool. Shout out to Harold if he's watching this. Um, and then yeah, just the people that I work on shift on my shift with, they're also cool. They're of a similar age category, so it's pretty relatable, you know, working with them and whatnot. But yeah, no, that's where I'm at right now. And so the reason I'm really making this channel is just I have a deep-seated passion for personal finance. Um, I really, really, really get down on it. And I never wanted to go to school. I can go to school because I have a GI Bill, but I didn't get the best grades or anything. I did a little bit of college in the military, but um, Anyway, I don't foresee myself going to school for a finance degree or anything like that. Um, kind of happy with where I'm at, kind of happy with my path, and I'll get into explaining like where, where I plan on going and what I plan on doing um, with my future. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with where I'm at right now. In some point in my life, I want to throw together some companies. Like I know I'll end up taking over my dad's landscaping company most likely. Um, so there's number one. But I've also really thought about real estate. I like real estate. I think it would be fun. Um, I'm a very social person, so like interacting with tenants and property management and stuff like that doesn't really scare me. I'm also a pretty handy guy, you know what I mean? Um, I feel like most of the repairs and stuff I could do on my own, and my dad has plumbing backgrounds, and I've done roof installations and all sorts of that. So I just, I feel like that wouldn't be an awful play for me. Um, and then I've thought about bigger stuff, more like probably fantasies, but I've thought about, opening investment firms and maybe getting into banking, doing stuff like that. I really just passionately enjoy the psychology of money. Um, teaching it, showing people what it can do for them, showing them, what it's done for me so far. Um, so yeah, on that topic, I guess we'll start talking about um, kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I'm 22. I started investing when I was 14. I actually wanted to start at 13 through a custodial account, but my mom put the kaputs on that, which sucked because I missed. I wanted to buy Tesla back then actually. So, but anyway, yeah, no. So I'm 22 and multiple six figures at this point. Right now, at the time of this video, which is on the 25th of April, 2025. Um, probably sitting right around 215K. And this is just coming out of the dip um, with the Trump tariffs and all that stuff, which it, he seems to have eased up on some of the tariffs, and I've actually made pretty much all my money back and then some. I bought pretty much every dip pretty heavily every way down. Every day it was down. Um, so when there was like 6% drops in the Nasdaq and stuff like that, um, every one of those days I was putting in $5,000-6,000, and yeah, the returns have been fruitful so far. We'll just say that. And I don't do anything fancy when I invest. I normally just I do the average man's game, and that's what's worked with me. So that's what I'll continue to do. How many people do you know with 200K at 22 years old? So yeah, I'll just I'll stick to my boring investing. Um, yeah, just your everyday mutual funds and ETFs. Um, Yeah, I'm at this point I'm really looking at a house. Um, I would like to do multifamily, try the house hacking lifestyle, get my girlfriend moved in there, do that kind of thing. I think that would be sweet. Um, but yeah, I mean that's it. I have a lot to teach, you know. I've done pretty well for myself so far, and I have some topics I think I could really go in and help your average Joe with. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. First video jitters. Yeah, appreciate it, guys.